right, viewers, those are the headlines in our top focus as Israeli and Palestinian captives return to their families as part of the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. The status of many prominent Palestinian detainees remains uncertain. Calls for the release of Palestinian doctor Hussam Abu Safia, a hospital director in Gaza who was taken by Israeli forces in December 2024, have now grown. According to reports, Hamas has stated that Israel would not release Abu Safia. However, the Israeli media has reported that Abu Safia was among 5 extra names added to the list of Palestinians from Gaza to be released. The human rights watchdog Amnesty International has stated that the hospital director has been held without charge or trial under an Israeli security law after being arrested by Israeli forces at Kamal Adwan Hospital in Gaza, where he continued to work as a pediatrician after his son was killed in an airstrike. With us on the broadcast is Mr. Yossi Kuperwasser, Israeli intelligence and security expert, joining us from Tel Aviv. I wanted to understand from you, what do you make of these calls that are now coming in? There have been some demands as well made yesterday by Hamas leaders to in fact release a certain set of prisoners who are in Israeli jails, but now fresh demand has come forth for the release of this doctor.
Well, good morning. I think that what we are watching is the disagreements that were left unsettled between us and Hamas and regarding the list of the Palestinian terrorists that are going to be released. This person that we're talking about, the head of the hospital, the manager of an hospital, was considered by Israel as cooperating with the terror organization Hamas. And the hospital that he was in charge of was used by Hamas. So it's something that we have to look deeper into in order to make sure that everything that related to him was well discussed, and we can see whether he can be released or not. It's not clear yet.
Okay, sir, requesting you to stay on with us as we're tracking further updates. Israelis have stated that it is the happiest day since the 7th of October 2023 with the arrival of the freed hostages. Israelis have expressed their excitement to see their relatives after 2 years. This comes as the hostage release between Israel and Hamas has been completed, and the remaining 20 hostages who were alive have now been released. Now, in exchange of the hostages, Israel has released nearly 2,000 Palestinians who've been detained or imprisoned before and during the war in Gaza. Vehicles and volunteers from the Red Cross have transferred the hostages to Israel and the released Palestinians to Gaza. Let's in fact listen in to what some Israelis have had to say.
Yeah, I'm very excited, very happy, so thrilled to see our brothers back home after 2 years. That's amazing. And to know that the war is ending. This is what we fought for two long years. To see our brothers back home, to see our sister that is still there, and to see the war ending, all the soldiers going back to their homes, everybody going back, all the refugees, everybody going back to their homes. It's such a good feeling and hopeful for the future.
Children, this is the happiest day we've had since October 7th. We are very happy that they are back. We are very happy to greet them, and we hope that it's going to be better from now.
Still with us on the broadcast is Mr. Yossi Kuperwasser. We're seeing scenes of jubilation, euphoria, elation on the ground. I wanted to understand from you, how were you feeling yesterday when this hostage prisoner exchange deal was taking place, when the 20 hostages who are alive finally met their families?
Well, of course, like everybody in Israel, I was very happy to see that happening. It's a lot of joy to see the hostages coming back, those are the living hostages coming back. Mm-hmm. It was not something that could be easily achieved, and it took 2 years to make it happen. And when they were reunited with their families, everybody here shed tears, and this was so emotional. It's amazing. We still wait for the rest of the bodies of the hostages that were killed while being in captivity. There are still 24 of them missing, and we hope that they are going to come back as soon as possible. They were supposed to be returned yesterday, and still today, only 4 of them were returned, and 24 are still missing. And we are still having a lot of question marks about the implementation of the rest of the plan, the peace plan of President Trump. We are hopeful that it's going to be implemented, but the messages we hear from Hamas are that they are going to refuse to disarm, and this would mean that this plan is fragile and may not be implemented. We'll see whether the United States, together with Turkey and Qatar and Egypt, are going to be capable of forcing Hamas to accept the other elements that comprise the deal, and first and foremost, give up their arms, and so that this lady that we just heard about how she believes that the situation is going to be better is going to be true in what she envisages coming.
Indeed, and you've mentioned that the bodies of those hostages who are dead have not been returned. Israel has upheld its end of the deal. Meanwhile, we have seen 4 bodies out of the 28 being returned. Tests are being conducted to determine whose loved ones have lost their lives and whose bodies have been returned. But I want to understand from you, how does Israel plan to further take up the return of the remaining hostages?
Well, I don't think we are going to resume the fighting because of the delay in the return of the hostages, the dead hostages. We're just putting more pressure on Hamas to expedite the efforts to find them. There is a body now that was constructed just for assisting the Hamas in their search for the bodies. They claim that they can't find them and they don't know where they are. And we have some information gathered by our intelligence about the whereabouts of some of the bodies. So we are going to deliver this information to them through this newly established body that is coordinating this. And I hope that eventually we'll find all the missing 24 bodies. I really don't believe them that they don't know where they are. It sounds to me really strange. They should have known exactly where at least most of them are. Maybe they have some difficulties with 1 or 2 bodies, but it can't be that they lost 24 bodies. That doesn't sound reasonable at all.
All right, so requesting you to stay on with us as we're tracking further updates from the Middle East. Iranian Foreign Ministry